Hello and welcome to the Wholeness Shift. If this is your first time here, welcome. And if you're already part of the family, welcome back. You know I love you. We talk about everything on this channel. We talk about spirituality and how to navigate your new spiritual awakening. We talk about all of the metaphysical and esoteric things that you could want. We talk about dreams and reincarnation, spirit guides and aliens, all the things. So if this sounds good to you, please hit the subscribe button and the like buttons below. It helps me out so much, and sorry, I hit the camera. And I wouldn't want you to miss out on anything good. Today I'm talking about alignment. You may or may not have seen the most recent podcast video that I posted with Jay, and we spoke about alignment on there. I decided to start filming a sister video to each of the podcast episodes that's a more concise, formal version of any topics that we talk about, because I know that some of you just like to get in and get out. You like the more formal stuff and the short form content, and there's nothing wrong with that. So I'm going to do my best to, when it's applicable, post a video on the topics that we discuss in the podcast. And for those of you who do like to listen to the podcast, I'm so grateful for you. Thank you for giving me the space and the opportunity to explore and to express myself and to find new creative ways that can fulfill that need that I have. And it feels really good to have some connection and to be able to be on there talking to one of my friends and just to have that community. I know that a lot of you have found it helpful too. So thank you for that. I know that sometimes when people are used to having something a certain way, it can be kind of hard to get them engaged when you shift gears and present some new things. So no, I'm not going to stop making my normal videos. But yes, I am going to explore different things that can help spice it up for me, or that can help meet the needs, or to take me where spirit says that I need to be steering things. So yes, we will still have normal content. I'm also going to be adding in more conversational content and more live content and things like that. So just go on the ride with me and let me explore and see how things work out. But anyways, let's dive into this topic today. Alignment is such an important part of the spiritual journey, isn't it? It is an indicator of where you stand. Like, are you in alignment? It's like an easy button. You remember the commercials where you can just hit the easy button? It's kind of like once you get into an alignment, it's like hitting the easy button because it just helps things to flow. Alignment can be described as being in harmony with one's higher self and with the universe. It's about aligning your thoughts and behaviors and actions with your deepest desires, your highest purpose, the things you're trying to manifest. So whether it's something that you're just now deciding that you want to incorporate into your life, or that you're trying to manifest, or whether it's something that you were just born knowing, I have this path, I'm called to this thing, I'm meant to do this thing. When you're in alignment, or in the flow, as it can sometimes be called, you probably feel great. You feel great. Things are just flowing and they're moving and doors are flying open for you, and it's just path of least resistance. You are in the zone. Things are just working out for you. When you are aligned with your higher purpose and you're in the flow, you feel this lightness of being, like all is well, and you have a sense of ease and clarity and well-being in your life. I talk a lot on this channel about intentional living, and there's a whole playlist on that if you want to go check out those videos. But it's because I feel so passionately about this topic. I feel that it is so important. And to me, being in the flow or being in alignment is the same thing as intentional living. The goal of intentional living is to end up in alignment and in the flow. Intentional living is a tool to get you there. You may be wondering why alignment is so important. Well, it's because it's the easiest, fastest way to, and most enjoyable way to get you to your goal and to help you live a good life, to have an enjoyable, passionate, fulfilled life. I mean, listen, you can always take the hard road, right? That's your free will. You can choose to do that. You can choose to make it really hard on yourself. But why would you want to do that? Why would you want to do that? Alignment is the more direct shot to have the power of the universe behind you and the power of spirit behind you, and like slingshots you towards your goals and towards a great life. A life that you're excited to wake up to every morning. So how do you know when you're not in alignment? Well, I mean, the easy answer is everything's tougher. Everything's tougher. You might meet roadblocks at every turn. Doors are always shutting. Like, it just doesn't seem to work out. You start to feel lost and like you're wandering and like if you're on the right path. And it's way more of a struggle. And listen, this has happened to all of us at some point or another. Every human being, this is natural to the human condition, right? We've all been there. But what can you do about it? Well, if you start to pay attention and you're willing to say, maybe this isn't the path for me. Maybe this isn't where I'm supposed to be or how I'm supposed to be doing it. Maybe I need to make some changes in my life. And then you change directions, like on Friends, pivot. You pivot, and then you can find alignment on a path that is better suited to you, to your goals, to your mission, and where you're supposed to be heading. You're on a better trajectory for what's right for you. And we're all different, so that looks different for every person. So how do you know what that is for you? How do you know what is an alignment for you? Well, start to pay attention to what feels good to you. What are you drawn to? What are you a natural at? What do you want? What do you want? What kind of things bring you bliss? Do you just get absolutely stoked by you're constantly drumming on things? You love listening to drum music. Maybe you're meant to be a drummer. Are you a natural at cooking or baking? Do you like to garden and grow vegetables or grow flowers? If you talk to me, I like to eat the vegetables. If you talk to me about growing the vegetables, I just go numb, boring. But if you talk to me about growing flowers, oh my God, that lights me up. I love a flower bed, right? I love flowers. And so that's what's in alignment for me. I love communicating and teaching. That lights me up. Sharing my experiences, and they can be big experiences because I've been through a lot. They can be big experiences, or they can just be hey, look at this thing I found on Etsy. It can be a little thing, it can be a huge thing. I love sharing my personal experiences to benefit other people. If you can take anything from my life or learn something from my life, oh my God, that gives me so much pleasure and bliss, and I feel like my legacy will be fulfilled, right? If other people, if you ask them if they would like to teach and to be on a video and to share what they've learned, they'd be like, no. So it's different to every person, but that's how you find out what's right for you. Start paying attention to what lights you up. And I know I've talked about this book before, but Elizabeth Gilbert, the lady that wrote Eat, Pray, Love, she also wrote a book called Big Magic. And in Big Magic, she talks about how following your bliss doesn't even always land you where you start. It's just you start pulling on this thread that sounds interesting, which leads to that thread. And if you've ever gone down rabbit holes on YouTube or TikTok or anywhere else, you know that. You might start with a video on this topic, but then they mention something else and you're like, ooh, that sounds interesting. So then you go to that one, which leads you somewhere else, which leads you to another person. And before you know it, you're on a topic 5 topics away from where you started, but that's really what lights you up and you're like, oh my God, this is fascinating. Same thing. So the goal is to just pull the strings of interest. This is interesting. This is fun. This gets me excited. This is blissful. I like this one. And just follow where it leads you. Because Spirit is going to help synchronize all of those things for you. And it's going to lead you where you need to go. Then, this is where the intentional living part comes in. Then you just figure out what will get me closer to this goal. What will incorporate this thing in my life more often? What habits or daily activities do I need to have to make this a reality in my life, to reach the goal, etc.? If it's travel, you need to start saving money. You need to get a passport. If it's having muscles, you need to start eating differently. You need to start going to the gym, etc. Like, what daily activities or habits do you need to put in place to get you there? And then start doing them. It's really that simple. The second part of that is what activities or daily habits that I have are blocking that. They're prohibiting me and stopping me from reaching that goal. Cut them out. Get better at that. If you want to travel, you need the money, but you're spending all the money. You got no monies left. You need to stop spending the money. Yeah, that's my problem. That's my problem. I want the things, but there's so many other things in life that I want, like right now. More instant gratification. And the immediate needs to get taken care of first. I need to do better at that. I'm working on it. It's a low spend year, if you didn't know. And I would say the first half of the year was a struggle because I had a lot of things going on. Like my daughter needed a baby shower and like different things, so I ended up spending some money. But I would say I'm about half and half on my no spend days. I think the second half of the year is going to be a little better, except for Christmas. But that doesn't count, does it? That's a topic for another video. But anyways, I would say the first half of the year I was about half successful. And I anticipate that the second half of the year is going to be significantly better than that. If you were doing the no spend year challenge with me, how are you doing? Leave it in the comments. I'm curious. And hopefully you're doing better than me. So anyways, you want to remove the things from your daily life that are a prohibiting factor, that are stopping you, blocking you from reaching that goal. Cut that out. Put the things in that are beneficial. Cut the things out that are not. When you live every day striving to be in alignment with what your higher purpose is, or trying to meet those goals or manifest that thing that would make you happy, your quality of life's going to be higher. You're going to be more joyful. You are going to wake up every single day to a life that feels good and that you're excited to wake up to. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are and if you have anything to add, because let's learn from one another. And it's good to see you. I hope that you're all doing well. Hit the like and subscribe buttons if you haven't yet, please. It really helps me. Thank you guys. All my love. See you soon.